How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Can you hear me? Hmm? Can you hear me? Y'all feeling good today? I just want to come on briefly. I'm sitting in my car. I'm not driving. And today is, well, in Texas, it's election day. General election is always the first Tuesday in November. Whether it's in a presidential election year or just another time um, in the year to vote. Okay. So the midterm elections will be in 2022. And this election, I thought, especially with voter suppression, the abortion law, a lot of things been happening. The governor just doesn't want us to mandate wearing a mask. So I'm like ready to get this man out. But in my confusion, because I kept saying, like, I don't know who's running against him. And I don't know if I got discombobulated and then realized, like, okay, he's not up for election. I think not until next year, like primary. I got to double check. Which shows me as a voter, I should be a lot more well informed. So I have to do some improvements. So today, in actuality, before I came and vote, I went to the League of Women Voters, which has a very good website, telling you put in your address and it brings up what's on your ballot, who's on your ballot, what are the other things that are on there. And so when I looked at my ballot, it was nothing but propositions for amendments to be added to the Texas Constitution. Okay, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm getting my dates and my years mixed up. And so today I went in to vote. I looked online. Also, the website gives you really good information about, hey, Jim Jamboree, Jim Jam here, be here, and cocaine strippers. Also, so I go in, so the website, League of Women Voters, harrisvotes.org. It also tells you what are the nearest polling places. It's a really good website. I really like League of Women Voters. Their website is really good. It's really designed to help you be a better voter. Like, know where your polling place is, how to vote, which IDs to bring, which are the nearest locations. So I put in, where I was, news location. The map came up. I clicked the thing, clicked the little, button for the area. But I thought, hey, Jim John, I'm doing good. How are you? I thought when I clicked on it, it had a car on it. And I mean, it was a drive-through voting polling place. So that's why I came, because I was like, okay, I don't have to sit about the car. And it's right next to the freeway, and it's just free, quick drive home. Well, I get here, it's not drive-through anymore. And then I remembered that the governor just signed this new vote. To me, I think it's a voter suppression bill, where they were cutting down on things like drive-through voting, extending the hours of voting. And I was just like, dog, I thought this was supposed to start later. So I get here, I don't see the drive-through at all. Then again, I also noticed there's not a lot of people in line. So I don't know if it's this location. But then again, this is one of those elections where it's between, it's not a presidential or governor or, election. It's just like a regular election. So maybe the voter turnout is low. But nonetheless, I'm going to go in here and exercise my right to vote. So I go in here, give them my ID, and so the lady is putting in my stuff. Then she hands me my little ticket. I'll show you. It's on my thumbnail. My little ticket, right? Then she hands me like this sheet of paper. like a little bit of white cardstock. And I'm just like, and it has arrows on it. And I'm thinking like, what is this? So she's like, oh, make sure you put the arrows, like it goes in here at the little, what do you call it? The machine, the voting machine. There's like something that looks like a little printer. Like I put my little paper in here and it's gonna go zzz. So I put it in there and I still got my ticket and I got this little cardstock type of paper with arrows. I put it in there, then I type in my number, and then I go through the different propositions. One is for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, able to sell tickets for charity. So I voted for that. Then there was one about designating a family member as an official, I think, caregiver or visitor for nursing homes. So I voted for that. But there was some weird ones on there. It was like, would you, the one I voted, also the other one I voted for was the surviving spouse of an elderly person who got tax exemption. Can they get the exemption now? So I voted for that. Then I voted for, so there was like 3. Hey, Jim Jam here, Vesper, and Mrs. VSNC09. So I was in there voting, going through my little thing. I even went back through it to double check. And all of a sudden I pressed the button and it like printed all of my selections. So I was like, oh, they're printing the machine is printing what I put in there, right? And then I got through, but it didn't like let me cast a ballot. Usually, like, you put the numbers in, then you look through your thing and you hit cast ballot. This machine didn't have it. So I had this paper and I said, well, where do I go now? And the lady's like, oh, now you go over there. And it was another lady over there, worker, official. She says, oh, okay, now you're going to put your paper in here, another machine. And I feed my paper in there like a printer. And it reads my selections. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, she's like, this is how you're casting your ballot. So I made my choice over there. Then I put my thing in here, and then I waited. I waited until the thing said, ballot cast successful. And then it went in there. And so I said, this new? I said, well, everyone has to do this from now on. And she's like, yeah, it's new. Everyone's doing it from now on. So I was like, thinking to myself, this is going to make voting longer now. And I'm just like, I mean, remember, this is the whole, remember the Republicans and talking about, oh, we need voter integrity, election integrity, but you don't add an extra step. There was no line. But what if I was an elderly person or a person with a disability, or, I needed a little bit more help? I make my selection over here, then I take my paper over here and cast my ballot? Like, why can't I just have a machine that does all of that? Like, are they trying to set us up for the midterms 2020? Because is anybody else in other counties or in Texas, if y'all are here, are y'all doing this too? What about other states? Like, what was y'all voting thing like today? I'm just like, and see, we also had early voting for like the 2 weeks beforehand. So I'm just like, are we going to have to push more people to do early voting or mail in? Even though now the new voter suppression bill, which is supposed to go into effect 3 months after, which is basically January, I think. Yeah, January 2022. Are we going to have to push that more? And right now, my county, Harris County, and other counties are suing to overturn this law. But will it be done in time for the next election? And I'm just like thinking today, like, yes, more complicated. And I'm just like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm at this machine, and you see, it used to be 4 numbers. Now you got 5 on here. And I'm looking at the machine, and I actually got my paper. When I put it in wrong. But luckily the machine tells me, oh, your paper's in wrong. Then I had to turn it around. And I'm just like, and I'm just envisioning my 80-something-year-old aunt doing this. That's when she lived with me. We did her a mail-in ballot. A couple years ago, my uncle was still alive. Both of them did in the car ballot, and we went in and got a worker to come out. But I'm just thinking, like, this is... You don't want us to do drive-through. You're limiting mail-in. You don't want us to extend the hours for early voting. Now you got me with the paper and the printer and stuff. What if the thing runs out of ink? What if it jams? Like, come on. Who? And I'm trying to teach my students, like, hey, yeah, go exercise your right to vote. Y'all hit the like button. I'm just speechless at this point. Y'all, fix it, Jesus. Help us, Mama Oya. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It was another voter suppression. And I had to tell myself, okay, we're going to get this, Kimberly. You're just, you know. But I think that's where we don't have a say, but then again, we do. But I don't know, maybe you're right, we don't. But I guess it also could depend on what county you live in, if it's red or blue. Luckily, I'm blessed with the one that I'm in. They're fighting it. They're fighting the suppression. The people I vote for, they're you know, people that I chose. That's what I'm trying to figure out too. And I'm just like, is this part of the voter suppression? Because now I got some investigations to ask. I'm going to have to go to that Harris website, because I'm just looking at the machine like, wait. Because I can imagine, like, when it was the presidential election, it was early voting. Then there were long lines. You got to try to be safe. You need your mask on. All this type of stuff. And now you got a printer in here? I know, but we vote for representatives who make those decisions. I think there is that a Texas State Voting Commission? Wait, who's the state attorney general? No, it's the Secretary of State, I think, does the conduct. See, I need to go do that. I need to go look it up. But I just thought to myself, like for me, I was just like, okay, I'm going to do this. Ain't no lines. Just me and this other lady in there. And I just thought to myself, like, what was this presidential or gubernatorial election? And there was a long line. Like, but then again, I think about stuff like, if you look at the movie Selma, and what those people had to do just to register to vote. All the stuff that they were making them do. And still saying no. And I keep saying to myself, have times changed? No. But heck, they got turned away. Had to come back. I just had a little different, or, you know, maybe lost a job, got beaten, got arrested. I had a little difficulty with the printer. But I can foresee that there's going to be an issue with this. I foresee that there's going to be an issue with this. Hey, spot him, shot him. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here to do a real reflection, because I even though I was having difficulty voting, I'm still going to support going to vote, going to have your voice heard. Okay? Exactly, Vesper. Because I noticed that the same ones who tell you don't go vote, they still want to complain about the politicians, but you didn't go vote. Why are you complaining? You didn't pick nobody. You chose nobody. Your vote could have counted. And by the way, local elections, correct. Local elections are just more, actually even more important than national elections, because our day-to-day interaction is with the local and state governments. Ms. VSNC and I said red beans and rice. I know, right? But yeah, y'all, if y'all went to vote today, was it an easy process, or was it's something different? I got my little sticker too, you know. Yeah. I'm a little discombobulated, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from exercising, because that's what their whole goal is to, they say election integrity, but they're really trying to stop certain people from vote. So, but I wanted to just come on here, let y'all talk about this for a little bit. Yeah, this is what was on my mind. Plus, I wasn't sure if I was going to be going on later or not. Just got a lot of stuff on my mind. And but I still wanted to come on here and talk to y'all a little bit. So, but thanks for hearing me ramble for like almost 20 minutes about voting today. I still want y'all to go vote if y'all can. Yeah, Teresa, I think that's what they're trying to do, and it's just like, we still gotta go out and do it anyway, because that's what they want us to do. Their man lost and they upset about it. Hey, Defrauding Charlatans. Y'all need to go check out Defrauding Charlatans' last video story. It was good. Well, I'm about to get on the highway, headed home. Promised my friend I wouldn't drive and stream, so I could pay attention to the road. Okay? So, I will talk to y'all later on. Okay? Bye.